I'd been out of the military for 3 years when the offer came through. Not officially discharged dishonorably, but let's just say I didn't leave on good terms. Spent the next few years bouncing between security gigs, warehouse patrol, club bouncer, private events. The pay sucked. The hours were worse. Then I found an ad on an encrypted board I usually stayed away from. Not Reddit. Not anything surface level. This was a few layers deep. The ad was simple. Looking for ex-military. No questions asked. $15,000 a night. Must protect cargo. No contact. Reply with credentials and proof of loyalty. At first, I thought it was a scam, but the money, 15 grand a night, I couldn't ignore it. I sent over my old ID, blurred the serials, tossed in a picture of a patch I earned overseas, and added a single line. I don't ask questions. I don't break contracts. 20 minutes later, I got a reply. A time, a location, a simple phrase. Show up armed. No phones, no lights, no names. The meeting spot was a warehouse on the outskirts of town. Totally dead, half the windows boarded up. I showed up at midnight sharp, sidearm loaded, blade in my boot. No backup, no signal. There were 2 black vans parked outside. No plates, no logos. A man in a suit greeted me. No smile, no handshake, just handed me a duffel bag and pointed to one of the vans. You're assigned to cell 3. Follow instructions exactly. Keep your eyes forward. Protect the cargo at all costs. What's the cargo? I asked. My voice sounded smaller than I expected. He didn't answer. Just walked away. The ride was silent. No lights in the van, no windows either. Just cold metal walls. The faint hum of tires on pavement. And me, alone with that bag. Inside were night vision goggles, a headset, ammo, and a vial of something unlabeled. A single note on top. Do not drink unless instructed. I should have left then. Should have demanded to be let out. But I didn't. The curiosity kept me strapped in. Fingers twitching on the grip of my pistol. We drove for hours. No clue where we ended up. Eventually, the van stopped. The rear doors opened, and I stepped out into hell. It was another warehouse, but this one wasn't abandoned. It was fortified. Guards on the roof, motion sensors, surveillance drones, like a private military base hidden in the woods. I was escorted inside. The hallway was dim, concrete, echoing with distant humming sounds. Mechanical, but wet somehow, like gears grinding through something organic. They led me to a thick steel door, a keypad, a scanner, and something that looked like a retinal reader. The guard spoke into a microphone. Cell 3, Bodyguard in position. The door unsealed with a hiss, and I saw what I'd been hired to protect. It was a child, or something that looked like one. She was maybe 9 or 10 years old. Pale skin, long black hair, dressed in a plain white gown, barefoot, sitting cross-legged in the center of a padded room. No chains, no restraints, no guards inside, just her. She looked up at me with eyes too large for her face, eyes that didn't blink. Hi, she said softly. Her voice echoed inside my skull. Not the room. My skull. I flinched. The guard who brought me in gave me a nod and shut the door behind me. I was locked in. With her. My job was simple. Do not let anyone take her. Do not let her leave. That was it. They said she'd try to talk. Try to confuse me. That she might look innocent, but wasn't. And they weren't kidding. Within the first hour, she told me things about myself no one should know. My unit's call sign. My first kill. The name of the girl I'd left behind when I enlisted. All in that soft, empty voice. You still think about her sometimes, she said. You regret what you did to her. She cries in her sleep. I pointed my gun at her. She didn't move, didn't blink, just smiled. The longer I stayed, the worse it got. Time didn't feel right in there. My watch stopped working. My stomach never growled. I didn't need to pee. Didn't feel tired. Just frozen. And the girl, she never slept. Never ate. Sometimes she'd start laughing. Quiet at first, then building into something that rattled the walls. I tried yelling for the guards, banging on the door. No one ever came. At one point, I swear she vanished. 1 second she was sitting in the corner. The next, gone. I panicked, drew my weapon, spun in circles. Then I heard a whisper behind me. You're standing in the wrong timeline. I turned around. She was upside down on the ceiling, eyes wide, mouth open in a soundless scream. Blood started dripping upward. I lasted 3 days. 3 days of hallucinations, whispers, visions of my own death in different forms. Gunshot, drowning, hanging, burning. She showed them to me, like memories from a life I hadn't lived yet. On the 4th day, I cracked. I begged to be let out, screamed into the cameras, pleaded. Eventually, the door opened. The man in the suit was waiting. You lasted longer than most. He handed me an envelope, thick with cash. You're free to go, but she's not done with you. I didn't ask what he meant. I didn't want to know. That was 6 months ago. Since then, things haven't been right. My mirrors don't reflect me anymore. They show her, standing behind me, always behind me. I've started seeing messages carved into my walls, sometimes written in blood, sometimes in my own handwriting. You are still protecting her. She remembers you. Soon, you switch places. I haven't opened a door normally in weeks. Every time I touch a handle, I brace myself, because I never know which room I'll open. My kitchen, a black void, that padded cell again. She visits my dreams. She talks to me, and I've started answering back. So, if you ever see an offer online that seems too good to be true, $15,000 a night, must protect cargo. Remember this story. You're not guarding a person. You're guarding a prison. And some things are locked up for a reason. Do yourself a favor. Don't take the job.